Richcraft Theatre, are you ready? Here to record his long-anticipated comedy album, Look Mom, No Filter, please warmly welcome the hilarious Paddy Mack!
How we doing out there? Oh, welcome Richcraft Theatre. How we doing? Now, I don't need to remind you because I think it's been said enough, but I am going to say it one more time. You understand why you've been congregated here this evening, and that is to not only witness Look Mom, No Filter, but to have it audio and video recorded. How do you feel about that? Well, that's great, because I'm scared shitless. No, seriously, what we're going to do is we're going to take 17 years of comedy. That's how long I've been doing. 17 years I've been doing this, and we're going to take 17 years of comedy, and we're going to cram it into 60 minutes. Yeah. Hey, no, I'm telling you, some people say to me, Paddy, 60 minutes, really? You get 60 minutes worth of jokes? I said, yeah, motherfucker, 17 years. I have 60 minutes worth of jokes that are worth retelling. The real issue is, like, do I have 60 minutes worth of bladder retention? Hey, no shit, okay? Like 17 years ago, no problem, okay? My bladder was as impregnable as Mike Tyson's defenses. Now I even think about a joke about my bladder and it starts to run like a colander. Oh, shit. But yeah, 17 years, and it's important. When you do something for 17 years, in spite of the fact that I have toiled in relative obscurity, I actually have a lot to be thankful for, and it's important to be thankful. And what about you, sir? You think it's you, sir? Do you think it's important to be thankful? All right, what are you thankful for? Knowing me? Holy shit. Okay. And is this your better half right here? Okay. So your source of coitus is sitting right beside you, and you decide the best thing in your life to be thankful for is knowing me. Okay, I'll take that. Care to reconsider your answer, sir? Holy shit. Oh, man, I'm telling you. I tell you what I am thankful for is this little baby right here, beer. All right, who's got a little suds in him tonight? Oh, I remember when my relationship with beer started. Does anybody remember their relationship beginning with alcohol? See, mine started when I was 7. No. It doesn't mean I drank it. That's when my relationship started with it. And okay, I'll take you back on this little story. I was watching an Ottawa Rough Rider game with my father, and which is a football game, by the way. And we order a pizza, and I got my glass of apple juice, and he's got his. But his had foam on it, and that made it instantly much better than mine. It's like, Dad, that looks fucking delicious. I said fucking, too. I said, Dad, that looks delicious. Can I try some of that? He says, no, this isn't apple juice, Dad. This is beer. I said, well, whatever you call it, it looks fucking delicious. Can I have some? He says, no, you're not old enough to drink that yet, son. He says, well, okay, well, I've been drinking for a long time now. Like, how old do I have to be to drink that? He goes, 19. I was like, okay, Dad, you know they taught me to subtract in like the first fucking grade, right? And I watched that foam go down, and it had a hypnotic effect like a lava lamp. And I learned 2 things that day. One, I was going to drink that liquid. Not a question of if, just a question of when. And the other thing I knew is it was not going to take 12 fucking years to do it. Not a chance. Oh, my God. What else am I thankful for? Much like my colleague, I'm thankful for my circumcision. What? Too much information? You ever met a Jewish male? You see a guy sitting there in a food court with a yarmulke on, you walk up to him, come on, man, we don't need to know that shit, come on. Hey, look, I don't bag on other religions. I bag on my own, but I don't bag on other religions. But, you know, the Jewish faith has never been more right about circumcision and they have never been more wrong about bacon. I'm sorry, if your God forbids bacon, he or she is no fucking God. Oh, and what else? Well, I'm Catholic, and so you're probably saying, well, come on, Patty, you got to thank Jesus, right? Uh-oh. No, I'm a good Catholic, and I was prepared to do it, too. I believe that you should pay homage to the guy. And I was going to do it, and, then what ended up happening is I was contacted by Jesus' legal representatives, and turns out Jesus has a rider in his contract which states that he's not to be thanked unless it's a moment of great triumph and glory. And they said, well, you haven't done that yet, so can you wait until the end of your fucking set? And I was like, isn't that great? Like, holy shit. Like, here's a guy who got by on the greatest leap of faith known to man, and he can't take one. Fair enough. That's okay. But I'm also thankful because here I stand before you, nearly 55 years old, and I have both my parents alive and well in my life, meaningful and loved by their grandkids. And I can't think of two people who would deserve more thanks for 110 years of combined parenthood experience if I was their fucking kid. That's heroic shit. But as apparently they have the same legal firm as Jesus. And so they made the same fucking request. It's like, okay, that's fine. I'll, oh my God. Just because I can't thank them just yet doesn't mean I can't make fun of them. Like, is Jesus a narcissist? You see, I don't think so. But why do we treat him like one? Why do we do that? Why do we get up there and every time something good, like, I'll give you an example, okay? The reason I love hockey so much is because when I watch it, I will never hear this. Connor McDavid, you just scored the winning goal against the United States while tariff war is at stake, and now you are adored by billions. How do you feel? Well, hold on just a second, Patty, but before we go any further, I just want to take a moment to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, without whose strength and wisdom I couldn't make that fucking shot. It's nauseating to watch this. And holy shit, I just picture poor old Jesus up there at the right hand of God, and he's just like, oh, for Christ's sake, Dad, how much of this shit are you going to make me listen to? I didn't even want him to make that shot. He fucked up my parlay on Bet365. Jesus, did you see what they did to me down there? Oh, I know, it's terrible, eh? But you know what? I really think that, you can say whatever you want about Jesus. Like, he is the Messiah or he isn't the Messiah. The fact is, and what every religion seems to agree on, is that there was a guy named Jesus and he died a medieval fucking death. And he did it. He went to the cross believing that he was absolving all of mankind of their sins. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that warrants a little bit of thanks. Or perhaps you disagree. No, but I'm telling you, he could have saved himself. All he had to do was renounce his claim as the Son of God, and he wouldn't have had that torture, and he knew that was going to happen, and he went through with it anyway. So what do I know about Jesus? He's a better man than I am, I'll tell you that much. Holy shit. Like, if I knew for a fact that I was the Son of God, and I knew they were going to do that to me, and all I had to do was renounce it, I'd be like, Dad, I'm out. Say what? That I'm going to be absolving all mankind of their sins? Have you seen what they're going to do? Fuck them. And you would forgive that? Fuck you. Oh. I tell you, now we're talking about my mother and father. I'll tell you, you will never find two more loving parents. Never find two more loving parents than Mike and Carol Mack. They just do it in completely different ways, right? My mother does it as though she thinks I have dementia. I get 5, 6, 8, 10. Oh, Patty, have I told you that I love you? I was like, yeah, you fucking have. Holy shit. And it comes to the point where your mother pays you so much flattery, and you know in your heart, like, I'm not that fucking great. So my dad, on the other hand, he is more of a passive kind. Like it's implied love. Like my dad hasn't told me that he loved me since I had brown hair. And he probably won't do it again until it's brown again. And they worry. Holy shit, my mother worries. I get traffic update. I got everything I need to know in my hand with my phone. My mother sends me traffic updates. Don't forget to get your tire changed. And do you have an umbrella, Patty? Because we have a spare umbrella. And it's just like, my mother has wanted me to get a colonoscopy since I was 12. She was going to go back to school just to learn how to do it herself. Holy shit. No, I mean, Christ. You see, my dad wants me to get a colonoscopy, but it's not because he's worried about my health. It's because he's had 4 of them already, and he's pissed off, and he wants me to have it. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm in the bucket list of my life here. Oh, yeah, I deserve applause for being in my bucket list. No, thank you. I'll take it. But one of the things I've been wavering on is a tattoo. Here I am. I'm nearly 55 years old. I don't have a tattoo. So, I'll ask right off the bat. How many people, by your applause, in this room right now have a tattoo? And by your applause, how many of you have more than one? So there's more people in here with more than one than there is with one. Okay, all right, that's fine. And how many people in this room right now have none? Oh, good. Oh, that warms my heart. I didn't want to be the only wuss. Holy shit. I don't know. I can't. Look, they say, like, this is what I don't want to happen. I fear doing this, waking up the next day and going, fuck. Okay? I fear buyer's remorse. So somebody tells me, Patty, if you get a tattoo that has special meaning, you will never regret it. Fair enough. But I also do a lot of fucking research, too. And when I say that I research, that means I stare uncomfortably at people. Like really awkward positions, Like, I do that. And they call it ogling when you do it to the opposite sex. And if you don't know what ogling means like with looking at someone with lecherous intent. Fair enough. That's pretty fucking harsh. Okay, so you get a tattoo of Snoopy doing a bump off of Charlie Brown's bald head on the small of your fucking back, caption, friends for life. I'm a leech for looking at it, but the guy that charged you $2,000 and sucked it out of your bank account, that's not a fucking leech at all. But in my research, I have come to 3 conclusions about tattoos. One is that the majority of the tattoos in this world today are in places where the person that purchased them can't see them. They don't even get to enjoy what they bought. 2, they were put on by people who generally look like they've done time in prison, or at least worked on an outreach program or something. And 3, and this is most important, okay? There is no code of honor amongst tattoo artists. None. I find it mind-boggling. As long as you have the money, there isn't a picture that you could hand a tattoo artist to put on your body where they would go, yo, I'm not fucking doing that. You hand him a picture. Okay, let me see. So you want a picture of Donald Trump fucking Joe Biden in the ass on your left shoulder blade? I don't know. I mean, if I could just make one suggestion that you should put it on your right shoulder blade because he's Republican. But other than that, I'll see you on Thursday at 3. Bring a lot of water. It's important to be hydrated. Oh, Jesus Christ. What else? I also, I worked out a lot getting ready for that. I wanted to look good. I wanted to look hot. So I hit the gym a lot. Thank you. No. It's all right. I don't even blame you. Like, look, if I'm not looking at my credit card statement, I can't fucking tell either. But it doesn't even matter. Like, holy shit, it doesn't even, like, I mean, I would spend $500 a month. Now, the whole premise behind personal training is flawed. And it's because they set you up with people who have bodies that you will never, ever, ever achieve, okay? Like when do you take a fast food employee shopping at a fucking Porsche dealership? No, so they hooked me up with this guy, okay? So 6'2", shredded, okay? Like this guy's got muscles in his shit. Long flowing hair, he's probably fucking my girlfriend, right? And his name is Jackson. That's right, he's a vegan Gen Z cocksucker. Oh, and by the way, it's Jackson with an X, okay? Yeah, this guy's a 5-star asshole, okay? Like, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, if I kill him, that's justifiable homicide in the line of fitness. You can't convict for that. Oh, I'm telling you. You know the scary thing that came out of the whole experience is I went to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. I pumped and I sweat and holy shit, just rivers of perspiration. All I had to do to get in shape was eat different. That was an important piece of fucking information, don't you think? Fat doesn't make you fat. Like, son of a bitch. And that's why I'm telling you right now, food is God's joke on all of us. Everything in this world that tastes good is shit for you. Okay? Pizza, Chinese food, nachos, chicken wings, every condiment on the planet, pasta, beer, for fuck's sakes. And then every time I say that, okay, and somebody wants to argue with me, excuse me, sir, I think you may be mistaken. I'm like, oh, do tell. He's like, well, I think that you're forgetting kale. Kale. Kale is delicious and it is good for you. And I said, no, it's not. And fuck you. No, kale is shit, okay? We've talked ourselves into it being good and whatnot. It's shit. It's like eating a Christmas tree with dressing on it, okay? Now you're chewing, you're just, this is fucking awful. You expect me to swallow it? I'm gonna blow a bubble, for fuck's sakes. Oh, and I think it's time now into the set where we're gonna bring up a less polarizing topic. Is everybody enjoying Donald Trump's return to the White House? Oh, hey, look, I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. Okay, so don't mistake anything I'm about to say to think that I like him. He doesn't even want to be liked, okay? He loves being hated. But here's the thing. He's really funny, okay? Like, I mean, there has never been a president in the history of the United States who has done more to advance the art of stand-up comedy than Donald J. Trump. Holy shit. This guy is a comedic, like, look, he hates Mexicans, so we'll just call him a comedic piñata, okay? And I'm just gonna bash the shit out of him until every fucking joke is out. Oh, you can't, like, I'm actually thrilled that guy that tried to shoot him missed. Like, you see, to all of you, he's a nuisance, right? You see him coming up to the podium, and he's like, you're like, oh, what the fuck does he want now? But to comics, we're all like, hey, shh, shh, shh. Don's on. I mean, look, I get that he's a piece of shit. Like, he'd have to improve 50% just to be a piece of shit. I'm simply saying that, you know, why does he shock us still? Even to this day, he shocks us. Like, it's the reason, I learned a lesson a long time ago. A friend of mine said, don't set the bar too high for people or you will constantly be disappointed, okay? Well, this is me stepping over the bar I've set for Donald Trump. Okay? It's actually 6 feet under. Now, look, he is what he is, right? But still, I have people come up, can you believe Donald Trump's? Yes. You don't even have to tell me what you fucking, I believe it. Do you know where it's reached a point now where, do you know what Donald Trump would have to do to shock me? I'm going to tell you. Like, Donald Trump would have to go out for one of his press conferences and address the press corps and put his hands down his pants and take a big gob and pull it out and monkey chuck the fucking press corps. If he did that, I'd be like, whoa, my man, what are you doing? Holy shit. Like, I mean, he'd have to do something worthy of the Tom Green show, like circa 1997, 98. Like, I mean, he'd have to paint lesbians on the fuselage of Air Force One in a 69. Then I'd be like, Don, okay, you need to see somebody about this condition of yours. Until then, that there is nothing that he could do that I would be shocked by. I'm like, my God. Oh, I tell you now. And it wouldn't be a comedy show if it wasn't an impression. You mind if I do one? And this isn't just an impression of anything, okay? Like, I mean, a lot of people overreach and they don't. I stay in my comfort zone. I do impressions that I know I can't blow. So here's an impression of me. This is an impression of me if I was listening to the announcement of the winning 50-50 numbers at a major sporting event. I got to get into character for this one. Come on, baby, please, please. Ladies and gentlemen, get out your tickets. And tonight's winning number is 4. Fuck! That's pretty spot on. And if you do it like I have and practice it 50,000 times, you can do it too. And that's not a joke. I have played 50-50 50,000 times. I haven't made it past the first number once. Like, it's one thing when you suck at something that actually requires skill, so you can go away and practice. But when you suck at something that it's absolutely impossible to suck at, well, that's another level of ineptitude that just can't be toppled. But you know, they try to say that they help me, they console me by saying, well, you know what, Paddy, at least like half the booty goes to a worthy cause. Fuck them, you know? And they say, well, Paddy, come on, it's the Boys and Girls Club. Yeah, I know, I heard that. Fuck them, all right? But Paddy, your kids are involved in that. I know, fuck them, I said. Just, you know, that's what happens is just you start to worry about feeling normal. Like, and I stick out like a sore thumb. Like, I know the minute I walked on this stage, the first thing you thought is, holy shit, the size of that guy's head. It's like this guy's like a bobblehead with a pulse. And, you know, I'll save you the suspense. You're probably thinking, wow, I hope his mother got a cesarean. She didn't. No. She delivered in the clutch. But I mean, is it okay to be abnormal? What is normal? What does normal mean? Does anybody, okay, just by your applause, how many people here consider themselves normal? That's great. You know what? The exit's over there, and I have a wall of abnormality between me and it's safe. No, because that water's been muddied, you know? And I try to think over time, like, well, where did we get off course? As a human race, where did we lose our perspective? And I think I got it. I blame Hawaiian pizza. No, that's where it started, okay? It doesn't excuse where we are now, but that's where it started. And I'll prove, okay? So, by your applause, how many people here believe that pineapple belongs on pizza? Okay, now how many don't? You know, that was eerily similar to the referendum in 1980. Oh, shit. You know, look, I think that the signs of abnormality are everywhere in society, okay? And they just jump out at us, okay? Like, I go to the gym a lot, and, like, true story, okay? All right, so, like, I go into the shower. On every single shower stall, there's a sign. And the sign says, "Dear valued members, for the enjoyment of all of our guests, please refrain from doing the following. Cutting your toenails, cutting your fingernails, shaving your pubic hair, shaving your legs, blowing your nose, urinating, defecating, masturbating." Okay, like, it just named everything, okay? That sign is really the litmus test of whether you are or aren't normal. Okay? Because if you're like me and you read that sign and the first thing you did was, fuck, man. You're normal. Now, if that sign is the only reason that you didn't do one of those things, then you probably thought that Will Smith was right. Oh, yeah, I said that. Let me tell you something. 50 is the new 40. 40 is the new 30. Normal is the new fucked, okay? No, I'm telling you, and it's straight up. Just, you look at that sign, that sign exists because somebody did those things, okay? Now, look, I'm Gen X, okay? I got the proof right here. Okay, you would never have to ask Gen X or baby boomers to not do those things in a public place. It would never occur to us to do anything like that in a public place. It wouldn't even occur to us to do most of those things like in the privacy of our own homes. You know, like shaving our pubic hairs, for Christ's sake. That became like an Olympic event almost overnight. Overnight. Holy shit, you see, like Gen X and baby boomers, we cultivated our pubic hair, okay? Like, we grew like a home garden. Like Italians have their gardens, and we had our fucking pubes, man. And I mean, we just grew, it was a contest, you know? And it's like we were saving for a wig or something, you know? Like, it was, you know, like the most common sound during fellatio for Gen X or baby boomers was, son of a bitch. But now you know where I stand on the word normal, okay? Let's find out where you all stand. Not sure if you heard about this guy. He's in Detroit, and he was in a car accident, and they estimate at the time of impact he was doing 120 mph, not kph, mph. Now, what makes this bloke interesting is at the time of impact, he had his pants and his underwear around his ankles, watching porn on his phone. Okay, you see, I just learned something about this audience. I just told you about somebody who was stroking the goat at high speeds in traffic, okay? Maybe 15% of the crowd chimed in with, huh? It wasn't even convincing, you know? So I guess I know what the other 85% of you consider to be normal behavior. And you're just like, okay, yeah, he's jerking off while he's driving. Do you get it? What's the punchline? I don't get it. Oh, I'm telling you, man, this guy, he was committed to his mission. And I guess, like, before I tell you any more about this, I should tell you that he is dead. Okay, listen, if you think I'm trampling on this guy's grave, okay, I got to let you in on something. Okay, people who masturbate at high speeds in traffic, okay, they don't wear seatbelts, okay? All right, this guy was propelled through his windshield and out into nature, okay? Now, I am quite certain between impact and impact, it occurred to him, holy shit, I'm gonna have to explain this to somebody. I mean, can you imagine? You walk in, like, you're news at that point. Everybody knows you, okay? You're the guy, okay? You know, like, imagine walking into every room for the rest of your life and all you hear is, oh, man. I know. So, like, you know, he died doing what he loved, though. And I think we've all heard that, right? Grieving widows and family members taking solace in the fact that their loved ones checked out when they were on top. Sorry, if I check out on top, I better be having sex. I think that is, I find it absurd. I find it absurd when people find solace in the fact that people died doing what they loved. Okay, I'm doing what I love right now. Okay, and I'm telling you this much. If I don't make it off this stage with a pulse, first order of business in the afterlife, I am going to kick God right in the nuts. Nuts, that's not bad. I got about 40% of you on that one. So 60% of you are God-fearing folk. Afraid to laugh at because you're going to go to hell because you laughed at a comedy show. Well, listen, I'll put your minds at ease, okay? I'm tight with Jesus. Okay, I got him on speed dial. We FaceTime once a week, okay? We're like this, okay? I run all my material through Jesus. If you hear me tell that joke, Jesus has signed off on it. In fact, he fucking loved that joke. And, in fact, he gave it the 2 thumbs up. What? Too soon? No, okay, all right. Yeah, listen, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, you know what, Patty, there goes any chance you had of getting into heaven. Maybe. I got a better chance of getting into heaven than winning a 50-50 draw, I can tell you. All right, you know what, let's take it one step further here, more audience participation, okay? So I'm going to talk to the women first, and then I'm going to talk to the men. Ladies, oh yes, not oh no, oh yes. I am going to say something, and if you agree with what I say, I want you to make as much noise as possible, and if you don't, say nothing. Here we go. A woman's life is significantly harder than a man's. Okay, guys, don't let me down on this one, okay? I'm going to say something men only. If you agree with what I say, I want you to make as much noise as you can, and if you don't, say nothing. Here we go. A woman's life is significantly harder than a man's. That is Jesus Christ, it sounded like herding cattle here. It never ceases to amaze me, this stupidity. There's like 10 guys in here that actually want to get laid. It's just unbelievable. I lay that trap every single show, and every single time the guys just step right in it. I don't understand the stupidity of men. But is this really an argument? Okay, I'll tell you this right now. I know why men don't, rise to the occasion when I ask that question, and it's real simple. Like I said, they're stupid, for one. And the second reason is because in their heart of hearts, men believe that their life is harder than a woman. Hey, I'm up here agreeing with you, okay? I'm telling you, guys, you're fucking wrong. I'm telling you, you got to appreciate what you've got. Son of a bitch. And now, men will die on that hill. They won't give it up, okay? They will not give it up. And they're like, you know what I fucking hate, man? I fucking hate when you argue with a woman about whose life is harder. They always throw menstruation and pregnancy in your face. Those bitches. I can't believe they would do such a thing. Playing the highest card in the deck. If you think that's illegal, let's play euchre sometime, okay? No, look, let's just examine the evidence. Okay, let's just be objective and examine the evidence. From the age of 12 until the uterus quits, a woman bleeds every single month for the sole reason to let her know she's not pregnant. Now, I got to tell you, I wasn't there the day they negotiated the roles and responsibilities, but I am going to say this. Whoever negotiated for women fucked up. Okay, the G-string union did not deliver for its membership. That is just an epic, epic fail. And where is Darwin, for Christ's sake, and his theory of evolution? In all this time, the uterus, look, we have evidence that human beings stood up straight, but the uterus never did. Not one bit of intuitive, they can't even tell. The uterus has, all this time, they can't tell that sex has even occurred. You'd think after a while, they'd be looking and say, anybody seen a dick in here in the last month? Hey, fellas, hold the blood and recycle the eggs. We're good. It's okay. Hey, I'm telling you right now, if men menstruated and that was my reality, no joke, I would be a bitch every single day of my fucking life. I'd be unstoppable. Unstoppable, I tell you. And like, look, I mean, don't take this the wrong way, ladies, okay? But I would teach you bitches how to bitch. You're not doing it right, okay? PMS, no. PMS would just be like an amuse bouche to the level of bitch that I would bring to the table, okay? There would be the pre-menstrual syndrome, the premenstrual syndrome, the during menstrual syndrome, and the post-menstrual syndrome. And people would be like, Paddy, for the love of Christ, why are you such a bitch all the time? You know what? I'm glad you asked. It's a multitude of reasons, really, but I think the primary reason is because in 18 days, 14 hours, 32 minutes, and 16 seconds, I'm going to have blood running out of my Peter for a week. Yeah, and you thought it was hard to get a blowjob on a good day. Don't even start me on the tampons. I got to get an erection to put the goddamn thing in. You know what I think really impresses me the most, though, is how humble women are about it. They don't brag. They don't play that card enough. You know what I mean? It's amazing. I've had this conversation. I say, so how many kids do you have? Paddy, I have 3 kids, and they are the love of my life. And I honestly don't know what I did to deserve such happiness. You don't? I know what you did. And I didn't even do it, okay? Okay, listen, if you need me to jar your memory, here we go. Okay, you had sex, and it was inconsequential, gave you 0 pleasure whatsoever. He rolled over, put on a CPAP mask, and went to sleep. His troubles were over. Yours were just beginning, okay? Then you had 3 or 4 months of nausea and heartburn and vomiting and cravings that would make a billy goat puke, okay? And then when that wore off, you're like, oh, thank God. And then, you know what? You've outgrown your clothes. And I mean, if there's one thing we know is that women like to shop. You go get a new set of threads, but that new set of threads wasn't just money that it cost. That kid was getting bigger and growing limbs, okay? And let me tell you, he's like, is that the sciatic nerve I see? Ho, ho, ho! Ding, ding. And then you feel like you're being shish kebabbed, okay? And then you can't get out of your chair. And then finally they get you into the birthing room, and that's where it really got interesting, because you got in there and you found out after 40 weeks your vagina wasn't big enough, okay? That's right, and they were going to give you an episiotomy and treat your vagina like a piece of filet mignon. You don't remember. How does one forget that? Of all the things you could forget. And that woman had 3 kids. If my body got used in like fashion to bring a baby into this world, I would never forget that experience. And more importantly, I'd never let that little prick forget it either. Oh, no. Piss me off in the slightest. Junior, I want you to go out and shovel the laneway before you go and play with your friends. And he comes back with, but why do I have to do it? I'm glad you asked, Junior. You know why you have to shovel that laneway? Because I didn't swallow you, that's why. That's right. Listen to me very carefully, okay? The only reason you have a pulse is because I have a gag reflex, all right? There was 130 million of you in that load, and I got you. Now quit being the poster boy for birth control and get the hell outside. Pleasant, aren't I? You know, I said 130 million, and I wasn't kidding. That is the average sperm count of the ejaculatory load of a human male. Or so Google says. Now, listen, do I believe that number? No. Do I have the patience to prove it wrong? Absolutely not, okay? No, but I'm willing to give Google the benefit of the doubt. Like, you know, when I Google search something, hey, that's the law, man. Okay, I'm going to say, though, when I Googled it, I thought that the number was going to be like 200, 250. That's a number that I would challenge, okay? I would scoop it out of my belly button, and I would put it in a Petri dish, and I would race it to the lab, And I would count it, but 130 million? Holy shit. It's gonna take like a JFK motivational, we gotta go to the moon speech to get me to even think of counting to 130 million or inventing something that could do it for me. You know, you'd be like, my fellow Canadian citizens, it is incumbent upon us as a great nation to dedicate all of our resources to solve the mystery of how much sperm is in a human ball bag. And it is important, it is critical that we use this knowledge to do so before the Russians do it. And we must do it not because it is easy, but because it is hard. Hey, let me tell you something. JFK is out there with a hole in his head laughing his ass off, okay? You know, and I can also see the horror, like amidst something, I can see the women here, and you're like, is that true? 130 million? That's average, by the way, okay? Like there's like these human sperm sprinklers. I don't know what they're doing. They're like sitting there going, 130 million. Holy shit, I've given like 1,000 blowjobs. Like I've swallowed 25% of the time. Carry the 9. Holy shit, I've swallowed the Earth's population like 50 times. Oh, Christ. All right, that's terrible, I know. But you know what we haven't talked about is like, if a woman avails herself of that one, a woman has 4 options to avoid menstruation, right? Get pregnant, have a hysterectomy, go through menopause, or death. Now, I can't imagine 4 shittier options in my life. But if she avails herself of that right to get pregnant, guys, I'm telling you, if I haven't made my point by now, this is where I sew it up, okay? Guys, listen to me very carefully. If you haven't watched a vagina try to bring a baby into this world, you should masturbate every single day just to thank your dick for the pain that it has spared you. It is an undying gift. Because you look down the barrel of the stirrups and you realize that your only contribution to this whole process was an orgasm. And it wasn't even hers, for Christ's sake. Look, I'd love to stand here and tell you that my 2 kids are born out of earth-shattering sex where the paintings fell off the wall and the bed frame collapsed and the dog went mental and the neighbors called the cops. You can't do that in 60 seconds. It's impossible. Men are about as important a procreation process as an Allen key is for a piece of IKEA furniture. You can't make the little bastard without us, but once you make him, you're never going to use us again. You know, don't let how easy we make this look fool you. This shit is fucking hard, okay? And I'm going to say that the hardest job on planet Earth right now today is being a stand-up comic. And I would challenge anybody. It is. And I appreciate that applause because for every one of you, there's always another person that wants to debate that subject with me, right? You say, well, Paddy, I know you think it's hard being a stand-up comic, but I'm a brain surgeon. What do you got to say about that? What do I have to say about that? 2 things. Fuck you. Fuck you and your 7-figure income. And 2, have you ever been heckled while you worked? Right? No, you get to do your lobotomies in peace with a fucking iPhone playing your latest tunes and somebody swiping the sweat off your brow. No, and then, of course, they come back and they're like, well, it's not always like that, Paddy. As a brain surgeon, sometimes my patients have to be awake so that they can feed back and tell me how I'm doing. I said, well, that's a fair point. So you're telling me that when that person's laying on that table with their life in your hands, making sure that you do your job right, that any one of them has ever looked up from that table and gone, don't quit your day job. No, I didn't think so. But then they want to die on that hill. They're not going to let it go, right? And they're like, well, maybe, okay, brain surgeon, what about professional athletes? They get heckled all the time. They do. Professional athletes take a lot of abuse, both in the stadium and on social media. I find that their compensation more than makes up for that, okay? Like, look, if you want to pay me $40 million to do this, do you have any idea the abuse that I would be willing to take? I would let everybody in this theater Will Smith me. That's right. And I would double down. I would give you the forehand and the backhand, okay? That's how strongly I feel about it. But you know, in spite of what I say about how hard this is to do, I also want to say that I encourage everybody to do it. You know, you want inclusivity, right? Everybody's big on inclusivity. Well, there is nothing more inclusive than the comedy community. Every letter in the alphabet is well represented. It doesn't matter. All you have to do is identify as funny, and you can try comedy. But the emphasis is on try, okay? Not everybody can do it, because the one thing you also have to is there's an inclusive community within the comedy community, and that community is bombing. So if you're going to be a comic, you have to be willing to bomb. Everybody does it. I remember the first time I bombed. It was like a month ago. I was on a hell of a run, folks, let me tell you. It was I'm telling you, it was awful. I drove home, I had tears in my eyes. I mean, I couldn't make it. Couldn't understand how I missed with that audience. And I got home, you know, and I laid in bed. I couldn't sleep. I read a book, and I read a magazine, right? That didn't help. And I go into the bathroom, and I'm telling you, you got to get real with yourself. You got to be willing to say things that you might not want to hear. And I got up, wiped myself off, and I looked myself in the mirror, and I was like, Paddy, this isn't easy to say, but I'm going to say it. I got to say it, man. That audience sucked. Awful. Wouldn't know a funny joke if fucking kicked them in the ass. And though I encourage everybody to do this and try it, I want to be clear about something. Like, I'm trying to motivate you to try something new, to step outside your comfort zone. Okay, I am not trying to motivate you to greatness. Okay, I would encourage everybody to do this. All I ask in return for my sage advice is, don't be better than me. That's all I ask. Look, I'm telling you right now, if I find out, okay, that you were in this room and you get a Netflix special, I'll fucking kill you. I'll kill you. I'll take with my bare hands, and I will take my time. Like, the fucking mob is going to be like, hey, Luigi, why do we not have this a prick onto the fucking payroll, huh? This kid's a fucking superstar. He doesn't even cut the head off of a fucking horse. Oh, I'm telling you, man. But I guess it's come to that time now. The time where I'm going to finally give thanks again. And it's, you know, so I guess the first thing I'm going to say is, Jesus, I don't know if this counts as a monumental or glorious occasion, but I'm going to say thanks anyway. Thanks for being the butt end of my jokes. Thank you for not being the narcissist that everybody seems to think you are, and thank you for that inevitable headlining set I'm going to get in heaven when I get there. And then for my mother and father, I got to tell you something, guys, and I mean this. Thank you for being the greatest mommy and daddy that any little boy could have ever asked for. I don't know much, but I know that. You know, Dad, I want to tell you, thanks for going and getting my skates sharpened and getting me a new stick when I would break them, and thanks for, you know, having those I'm telling you, those long chats going down the highways to tournaments, they were as much fun as the tournaments. I mean it. And thanks for, you know, thanks for the 130 million sperm, too. You remember you said to me, Dad, you said, son, you're 1 in a million. Not even fucking close, Dad. Mom, well, thanks for proofreading all my assignments and typing them up, and for being a shoulder to cry on. And do you remember when you rented me Eddie Murphy Delirious? Changed my fucking life. And most of all, thanks for not swallowing me. Hey, and thanks to all of you for helping a 13-year-old boy's dreams come true. I'm Paddy. Thank you. Salud. You guys are fantastic, and I fucking love every one of you, okay?